Hi, I'm Susan, and welcome to Playlist, where we talk about what we've been playing recently. This episode features Verity. This episode contains spoilers for The Witcher 3 and Dragon Age Inquisition.
So you finished The Witcher?
I finished The Witcher.
Do you count as finishing?
I finished the main storyline. I finished all the storylines, actually. I've done everything I can do, with the exception of there are lots of like little question mark places that you can ride and visit. And there was one quest that I couldn't finish because it was bugged. So I finished in the sense that there's nothing more to play, but I haven't cleared the map, or I've done about 70% of the Dubris.
What's left to do then?
Achievements wise, play it on the ridiculously hard level.
Would you do that?
Yeah, but that means I've got to do the whole damn thing again. I've just spent like 50 hours. Apparently, a QA tester did a speed run on it, and it took him 25 hours.
25 hours speed run?
It's a 25-hour speed run. So it's a minimum, they say. If you're doing like a full, and you know the game inside out, of 25 hours, it's probably an average of about 50 hours.
So achievements wise, play it on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, if you're going to start... start on that. But they've just released New Game Plus. So what you can do is you can go back in with your final level Geralt and
all your
play,
items.
And all your items, exactly, and play through again. So that's actually quite nice, because then you can go back in and try different storylines and things like that. Because I have no idea if I don't know what is the best or not the best ending and what have you. I was quite happy with my ending. I think everybody lived. I did destroy the North, but I was okay with that. But see, I had like a little tiny crush on Vernon Roche, so I couldn't really turn against him. So when it came down to which was obvious, there was going to be like you have to side either with him or Dijkstra, and I was just like, no, I really like Vernon, he's cute. And so that was my whole decision for annihilating the north of the country. But you know. No, it was good. I had a good ending, I thought. It was fine, but yeah, I don't think I can face playing it through again. Although I booted up Dragon Age today to go back in and do Jaws of Hacken.
Oh.
And I don't think I can do it because I can't go RPG to RPG.
Oh, really?
It feels really, because there's such completely different styles of RPG, which I didn't really kind of think about until, but Witcher is very kind of gritty and faux medieval fantasy, whereas Dragon Age is more
more like action RPG.
You know what I mean? It's more kind of, yeah, exactly. Like, first of all, I had to go back into the war room. I was standing in like Skyhold and there was just nothing happening, and I was just like, oh, what's the point? I have a real issue with like post-game DLCs. I think this is why I never played Awakening on the original Dragon Age, because kind of everything's been done. So
no, the original Dragon Age DLCs were slightly different though. It's almost like they were standalone stories, so it weren't like, you know, you were dropped in the middle of your castle and then you had to find some crappy excuse to go somewhere else. Like, you know, all the other areas are shut off to you, but you have this little statue which you can look at. It was like that. It was almost like Awakening felt like a completely different game, in its own sort of respect, which I think was what Dragon Age DLC, the original Dragon Age DLC did really well. So
yeah, I did play some of it. I think I played Warden's Keep. You know what? I think it might have been because there was no Alistair in it.
You're just like, fuck this. So you booted up Dragon Age to play Jaws of Hacken, but you're not sure whether you can?
Yeah, because I went in and my Inquisitor was standing there in like her fuck off armour with her massive Final Fantasy sword, and it just all looks so ridiculous compared to The Witcher, which is like so kind of real. Well, it's not real, is it? I mean, for God's sake, you go around killing forktails and cockatrices and all sorts of other things, having it off with sorceresses. So it's not real, but it's more real than Dragon Age felt, and I need to play something in between to like break myself away. Also, I couldn't remember where any of the buttons were, so I got hammered in the first first battle I went into. I was like, what am I supposed to do? Why can't I roll?
I still don't know whether to go back to Dragon Age, just because like I enjoyed it so much, but like you said, it's kind of over.
Yeah.
And then going back in and then just having it be over all over again, I don't know.
It does feel weird because it starts off, you in Skyhold, you go into the war room and there's a new mission on the map, and and they were talking to Leliana about, because Leliana was my divine in my ending, and
Oh God, who's my divine? Oh, Cassandra's my divine.
I see. I always think I might go back and change that decision, because I kind of rushed that decision at the end of Dragon Age, I think.
I'm not even sure whether I got a decision. Everyone's like, "Hey, what do you think about me being divine?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's cool as long as it's not Vivienne."
I know, but they were talking about her being divine, and I thought, is this part of the DLC, or is this already in the game, or I don't know. It's kind of weird. And actually, for a long time, neither of them said anything. And I thought, oh, well, this is good. Just all standing in this room, moving these wooden things around on a map, staring at me going, hey, Cullen. And, it just didn't feel... It didn't feel right. I kind of feel... But I can't, because I put 100 hours into that. I can't go back and do the whole, another playthrough of Dragon Age just to, then do two, because Descent's been released now as well, to do the 2 DLCs tacked on the end.
Well, maybe I'll do them all in one go, if they all come out.
Yeah.
Because then that'll be sort of say it's about 2 hours per DLC, 2 to 3 hours per DLC.
Yeah.
And there might be another 12 hours in there.
I just don't know how I feel about DLC. I really don't, because there's DLC coming for The Witcher, and I'm so excited about that, because I think Witcher is definitely, spoilers for Christmas, my game of the year. And I've absolutely loved it, and I'm really looking forward to DLC. But again, that's not... The first piece isn't going to come out. I mean, they've released little free DLCs where you can have better finishers,
a horse.
Yeah, exactly. Wear a ridiculous outfit throughout all these fight scenes, all the new beards. That's all good.
Did you just literally say new beards?
New beards, yes. You can have your beard. I think you can get mutton chops and other things.
That wasn't actually a free DLC, where that you had to pay for the privilege of having a new beard.
No, this is all free. These are all released free afterwards. Which
Take that, Skyrim.
It was just awesome. They've released loads of free things that's which have been great, but no story. Well, there were a couple of little missions and things, but no major story. But there's supposed to be 10 hours of new story coming in October, and another 5 maybe in the beginning of the new year. But again, by then I've moved on, and this is how I feel about DLC. It's just, I'd love it to be in the game, but then obviously I would have played it, and then it'd still be over, and then I'd have nothing more. But at the same time, it's not the same, really.
Yeah, no, it's not the same once you've left a game and then you come back to it. Like you said, where are the fucking buttons?
You don't know where the buttons are. I mean, I was absolutely loving Dragon Age and I was in the thick of it, but...
This is a good 8 months ago now, isn't it?
I was moaning about the fact that Jaws of Hacken came out in May exclusively for Xbox users, and we weren't allowed to, we weren't deemed worthy enough on the PS4. So we had to wait an extra couple of months, by which point I was deep into Witcher and had no interest in going back. So, yeah, I've moved on. And that's a big problem with DLC, I think, because it's a commitment, and you feel connected with the game and you feel connected with the characters. Now I don't. I've lost all of that. So it's kind of difficult to go back into it and care.
Yeah, I suppose so.
But
leaving Cullen was hard enough the first time. Switching off the console, turn it back on, and no, it's happening all over again.
The one thing I most hated about Cullen was the way that he would mince into the war room. Single time. And you look at that animation, that is a full-on mince into that war room. And that was the first thing I saw when I turned it on, because I had to go straight back to the war room, and I was he minced in, and I was no! You're doing something for me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go, but I want to finish it, but I'm done.